Hello, football fans, and welcome to Friday Night Here at After Further Review. I'm your host, Steve Tower, and we have more football action on a table tonight. The other project that I was thinking of kicking off, just plans fell through, but stay tuned for a fun show next Friday night. But here we are continuing our 2020 New England season project with the New England Patriots, and we are using Fast Drive Football, the big craze in the sports board gaming community, by friend of the channel, Al Wilson. This is version 1.1 of the game that we are using, and also, I guess, version 1.1 of the 2020 card set. He has updated the 2020 season since its initial release, and we are using those latest cards. So, taking a look at our standings above my head here, we see that with the loss last week, and boy, it was a terrible loss, it snapped our win streak and also dropped us a full 2 games behind Miami and Buffalo in the AFC East. But fortunately, we're facing a weak Houston team tonight, so hopefully we can get back on the winning track, get back to 500, and maybe have a shot, because I think that's going to be our only chance of getting in the playoffs is if we can win our division. I don't know. We'll see. Other notables is the Jets and the Jaguars are still winless. And as I welcome Brian Leibel in the chat room and asking if I play out all the other teams. And yes, I do. I play out all the games. It's something I've always wanted to do, is play out an entire season of football and actually play out every game, but just have not had the time with other game systems, even though I'd like to. But stay tuned for maybe my 2035 project where I play through a full baseball season. So yes, I am playing out all the games, and actually the Jets this week, they were playing against the Chargers. They lost 35-28, but they did have the ball at the end. It was actually a back and forth game, and of course on their final drive, it was an interception to end the game. They just cannot catch a break. So it'll be interesting to see which of those teams is going to finally able to get off the schneid and get their first win. Other notables that I'm following is that Dallas, over in the NFC East, they are outperforming themselves already with 7 wins on the season and a full 2 games up on Washington. And Atlanta, they have cooled off. They started out really hot. They're now 6-4, but 2 wins already better than their actual season. But otherwise, it's played out pretty similarly to teams' real life records. So let's see what happens tonight. We got New England and Houston, and then our King of the Hill game is going to be Cleveland taking on Philadelphia. And if Cleveland can win, they will be our most successful King of the Hill team, carrying a full 3 weeks, and then they'll be heading into week 4 of being King of the Hill. So let's see what happens. We'll head on down to the football field and get this underway. All right, so here we go. My handy-dandy laminated sheet. New England is the visiting squad, and we are deep in the heart of Texas, playing the Houston Texans. My house rule for the game is that the visiting squad gets the opening half kickoff, and the visiting team, or the home team rather, gets the second half kickoff. So here we go, get underway. As you can see, Houston has mostly negative qualities. They are semi-reliable and semi-disciplined on offense. And they're fully disciplined on defense. But other than that, pretty bad qualities. So should be an easy win, but you never know until the game gets going. So here we go. New England getting the opening kickoff, and they will return it into average field position. And we are underway. And the first drive, 1-5-6. They are not in poor, not in great, so they are going to punt. And a 3-minute 45-second drive ends up with nothing. Houston doesn't have an electric kick or punt returner. Oh, but a 12 on the punt. They might break one open. No, so they will start in average field position for their first drive as well. Let's see what happens. Dull. Actually, they are not a dull offense. They're just about every other negative quality, but not dull. It is not a staunch defense. We are semi-mild, and that's it. Oh, so that is going to be a touchdown pass. Uh-oh. And Houston jumps out on top early here. They'll come on for the extra point. The extra point is good. And the home crowd is happy with a early 7-0 lead. So New England starting their second drive now in average field position. See if they can do a little bit better. 2-3-5. No, that is going to be an interception. Newton throws into coverage. And our first turnover of the game. And Houston will take over. And they will start in average field position again. With the ball with the lead, 2-4-4. Let's see. They are going to have to settle for a field goal attempt this time. Trying to make it a 2-score game as we are under the 5-minute mark of the first quarter. And the kick is up and it is good. And Houston on top, 10-0. Oh, goodness. New England, they'll start their third drive in average field position. Like I say, you never count your chickens before they hatch. Let's see. Passive defense. Oh, boy, again, we're just dancing around the bad qualities of Houston. No, it's not a clumsy offense or an active defense, so we're going to have to punt. And this was a long drive. It's actually going to take us into the second quarter and maybe beyond. We'll see if it's a extended drive, and it is not. The punt is off, and Houston will be in poor position to start the first drive of the second quarter. So New England shut out in the first quarter. Houston with a touchdown and a field goal, and they lead at 10-0. And I just spilled some seltzer on my shirt. Oh, well, it'll clean off the stain, maybe. All right, here we go. Houston with the ball with a 2-score lead. Let's see what happens. They are definitely not in great field position. They are not an erratic offense. Wow, again, just dancing around their bad qualities. They are going to get a field goal attempt again. This was a 2.5-minute drive. And their kick is up and good. Their second field goal of the night extends the lead to 13-0. And the kick return, a 15. Let's see if we can break one. Oh, it is an odd result, so we're going to be in the open. And, oh, darn. Shoestring tackle by the kicker. Oh, no. Could have broke it. Maybe even had a touchdown, but we will start in average field position. All right, down 13-0. Still a 2-score game. 4-6-6 staunch defense. No. There we go. Impressive drive. Ends with a great pass and catch. Touchdown, Patriots. So 2.5 minutes come off the clock. And we have our first score for New England. We'll go for the extra point, and it is good, and the deficit is cut. 13-7 now, New England trailing. Houston will come back with their offense on the field in average field position. See if they answer back. 4-5-6. It is not a season prior to 87. Not a dull offense. Oh, they do answer back with a touchdown run. Where'd I go? 4-5-6. Touchdown run, yes. That'll take 3 ticks off the clock. Bring us to the 5-minute mark of the half. Let's see. They are going to try for a 2-point conversion. And, oh no, it's going to be denied. So they go up on top 19-7. And now New England back with the ball in average field position. Let's see. They are neither efficient or inefficient, so we can't manipulate the time. Oh, and this is going to take us right to the end of the half. 1-3-6. Not a prolific offense. Not a stiff defense, so it's going to be a punt. So we will roll for the punt return. And it's going to be nothing doing there. So that'll be the end of the half as Brock Riblet has joined us in the chat room. Welcome, Brock. Thanks for tuning in. And, I forgot a big shout out to all the AFR members that are in this chat room. Bill from High Volume Games, Bob's Tabletop Sports, Dale Buckingham, and Mark Russell, all AFR members in the chat room. Thanks, guys, for being here and for your support. If you would like to become an AFR member, you can click down the join button below the video for more details. And Brock, also an AFR member. All right. So here we go, 19-7. And Houston will start by receiving the second half kickoff. And they will be in average field position. My marker's starting to run dry here. Go to my backup. I'll need to make a trip to the store, I guess, soon to get more of these fine point dry erase markers. All right, so here we go. Houston leading 19-7. See if they extend their lead. 1-1-5. They are not erratic or undisciplined on offense, so they are going to get a field goal attempt. And they'll take 3:45 off the clock. Field goal unit on, and it is up and good. So they extend their lead, now on top, 22-7. And New England will start their first drive in average field position. 2-3-4. Let's see, dull or undisciplined offense? No. Not a staunch defense. That is going to be a touchdown pass. No, it's going to be a touchdown run. They do have the R+. All right. So a touchdown run for New England. It just takes 2:30 off the clock. Let's see. They will kick the extra point. Extra point is good. So they trail by 8. 22-14. Kicking it back to Houston. Let's see how they respond. 1-2-5. Solid offense. No, not a punishing defense. So they are going to have to punt. Those 2 ticks come off. And boy, is that their first punt of the game? I think it is. Wow. Yeah, they've either scored a touchdown or kicked a field goal. Wow. So their punter coming on for the first time all game here with 6:15 on the clock. And it's a good one. It's going to pin New England in poor field position. All right, so here we go. 2-5-6, as Bob says, he uses his iPad to score the game. Yeah, I have done that before. I don't know. I made this the sheet with it laminated because I was traveling right as the game was coming out, and I wasn't sure if I'd be able to use my iPad where I was. I was worried about running out of batteries or my pen running out or something. So I made this, and I kind of like it, and it's sort of one less thing to also worry about while I'm doing a live stream about my iPad connecting or losing its connection. And plus, it gives viewers the feel of exactly what the footprint is. But yes, I definitely agree that using the iPad is great. Saves paper, saves pens and pencils, for sure. All right, so here we go. New England in poor field position. Let's see what happens. 3-5-6. Reliable or disciplined offense? They are a disciplined offense. So the QB makes the right decision and throws the ball away. Yes, he threw the ball away a lot last year. All right, so 2 ticks come off the clock and a chance to cut the score to a 1-score game. And yes, it is up and good. And now they trail by 5, 22-17. Kickoff to Houston. They will be in average field position. Let's see what happens. 1, 2, 4. Season prior to 2014. No, they are not in great field position, so they're going to have to punt. All right, so Belichick and company made some adjustments at half and have kept Houston, for the most part, in check here in the third quarter, limiting them to just a field goal. Let's see, so they're going to punt again, and New England will be pinned deep again in poor field position. Just 1:15 left in the third quarter, so this drive will take us into the fourth. Prolific offense, no. Inept defense, oh, we finally get one, but the dot, it's a semi-inept, does not come up. That's going to take a touchdown away. So we'll have to punt and trying to pin Houston deep. So 3 ticks come off the clock. We are into the fourth quarter. All right, so let's see. New England at 17. They scored 10 points in the quarter. And Houston with just 3 points. Okay, so here we go. Houston, here is the punt. And they will be in average field position. Okay, 2, 4, 4. Poor field position, no. Inept defense, no. They're going to get a field goal attempt. Can push it to a, let's see, this would make it an 8-point game again. Their field goal kicker has not missed, and he will not miss here. So lead back up to 8. 25-17. Let's see if New England can drive down and possibly tie the game. They'd need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Poor field position. No. Oh, here we go. QB moves out of the pocket. And I guess Cam's going to just tuck it and run it himself for the touchdown. All right, so here we go. 2-point conversion away from tying the game. Oh, I don't think that is going to do it. They are not a prolific offense. No good on the 2-point conversion as Grant Bachoco joins us. Welcome, Grant. Thanks for tuning in all the way from California. Let's see, that was a touchdown rush, but the 2-point no good. So New England trailing by 2, 25-23. We have 7:45 left on the clock. Houston trying to upset New England. Let's see. Oh, and we're going to go to the unusual results chart for the first time. So this will take 2 ticks off the clock. Offense fails to convert on 4th and inches in the red zone. Defense takes over in poor field position. Okay, so a turnover on downs. Well, so here we go. New England down by 2. They have the ball, 5 minutes left, but they are in poor field position. All right. Hey, thanks, Brian, for the super chat. Awesome. I appreciate that. Even though he is a Bills fan, but we'll let that one slide. And Charles has joined us in the chat room. Thanks for tuning in, Charles. Let's see. 4, 5, 6. Can New England drive down the field? 4, 5, 6. The season prior to 87? No. Not a dull offense. It's a touchdown. Oh, boy. Here we go. 2 ticks come off the clock. So Houston will have some time. Let's see. So that puts us up by 3. Right. No, it puts us up by 4. So I guess it's not going to really matter if we go for 1 or 2. We'll go for 2 just to make it interesting. Oh no, and the 2-point is going to be no good. So here we go, 29 to 25. Houston will get the kickoff. Now, they are an inefficient team. Oh, and hey, there's a super chat from Grant. Thanks, Grant. Thumbs up to you as well. Thanks, guys. All right. So here is the kickoff. Houston will be in average field position. Now, as I was saying, they are an inefficient team, so it's going to automatically add 1 to their timing die. So they just might run out of time, and indeed they will. They needed to roll a 1, so their drive is going to stall out, and that's it. New England with the come-from-behind win. Wow. 29 to 25. They trailed the entire game until the very end. Oof. But it'll look like a big big win in the stats book. So there we go. So that'll move us to 5-5 on the season. Frank Wainscott joins us. Welcome, Frank. Thanks for tuning in. And yes, high drama. I can't mention enough just how awesome this game is, and especially for how fast it plays. It kind of captures everything that I want to get out of a football game without it, bogging down in the minutia. And really can't say enough about this. And the new expansion that Al is working on, where you can create your own fictional league, that is going to be just out of this world. But that is far in the future. For now, it is time for the King of the Hill. All right, so here we go. Cleveland riding high and in the lead in the AFC North. They'll be taking on the last place Philadelphia Eagles. So again, something that on paper looks like an easy victory, and then Cleveland will be at home. They'll be in the dog pound. So Philadelphia will have their work cut out for them. And I believe this is our first time with Philadelphia on the channel. So unfortunately for Philadelphia fans, this 2020 squad only has bad qualities on their card, except they are a punishing defense. And they have a semi-electric kick returner. Like I said, should be an easy game for Cleveland. Cleveland, of course, efficient in how many qualities they have, and that they actually have the efficient quality. Yes, Brian, I actually have a chart. Brian is saying that there's a chart that tells you when to go for it, when to go for 2. I downloaded one on the 538 website that does a really good job of breaking it down. I normally have it by me as I'm playing. I forgot to have it out here, but yes, there are some good charts on there on the interwebs for making those decisions. All right, so here we go. Philadelphia will receive the opening half kickoff. And this marker is starting. Let's see if my other one has come back on me. We might have to go to a colored pen for this game. All right, so here we go. Philadelphia receiving the opening half kickoff. And they will start in average field position. Let's see if they can upset the Browns. Well, that is not a good start. They are going to fumble it away. A 3-minute, 45-second drive ends in a fumble. And let's see. Defensive lineman rumbles downfield for a decent return, and Cleveland will start in great field position. Big guy with the ball. Sets up the offense. Let's see, 2, 3, 6. Prolific offense. No. Porous offense. No. Oh boy, so they're going to squander that opportunity away and have to punt it right back to Philadelphia. Philadelphia does have a semi-electric punt returner, so I'll roll the decider die with them. Oh, and there we... Oh, no, sorry. They needed to roll under 14, so that's going to actually pin Philly deep. And they will be in poor field position to start their second drive. 5-6-6. Shaky offense. They're semi-shaky. Got the dot. QB scrambles and throws on the run. Interception. Oh, boy. 2 drives. 2 turnovers for the Eagles, who are not flying high. So first we'll roll to see if it's an extended drive, and it is not. And now we'll roll to see what the interception result is. And let's see, defender is tackled immediately after the pick. So Cleveland will start in average field position. Let's see if they can cash this turnover in. 1-3-4 is the roll. Poor field position, no. It is not an inept defense, so they'll have to settle for a field goal. Try to get the first points of the game up on the board as we were almost to the end of the first quarter. The kick is up, and it is good. And the Browns strike first. They're on top 3-0. So Philadelphia with the ball here. Just 2 ticks left on the clock for the first quarter. 3-4-5. Dynamic or home offense? No. Not a soft defense, so they're going to have to punt it away. So 3 drives, and Philadelphia has come up empty. We'll end the first quarter on this punt return, and it will be Cleveland starting the second quarter in average field position. So Philadelphia shut out in the first quarter, and Cleveland held to just a field goal. Let's see, 4-5-6, dull offense. No, that is going to be a touchdown run for Cleveland as they extend their lead. That is going to take 4 ticks off the clock. A nice long drive to start the second quarter. And the extra point is up and good. 2-score game now, 10-0. Let's see if Philadelphia can get something going. They've had a fumble, an interception, and a punt so far. Prolific offense, no, not a stiff defense. They're going to have to punt again. And this game is just flying right by. We're already at the 5-minute mark. Let's see, 23 on the punt. That's going to pin Cleveland deep. So now we're under 5 minutes. Cleveland does have the efficient quality. They can manipulate the time up or down. 3-5-5, prolific offense, no, not an inept defense. So they're going to have to punt, and they will use their efficient quality to add a tick to this. And so we will roll for the punt return, and then that will be the end of the half. So coffin corner punt, that's going to, they'd be an average field position, but the return doesn't go anywhere, so that'll be the end of the half. So Philadelphia shut out, and Cleveland with a touchdown and a field goal. They lead by 2 scores, and they will get the game get the ball to start the second half. All right. Let's see. Comment from Brian saying he's interested in the game, trying to figure out if there's a way to integrate some stats. There is a Facebook group, and a lot of people have kind of homebrewed some things that you can download to translate what happens into stats. There's definitely been a clamoring for that. On the page for the game, fastdrivefootball.com, there is a link to the Facebook group for there, or you can just go to Facebook and look for Fast Drive Football. But yes, that definitely is something that's out there, and I think that people have had some success in doing that. Cleveland will start the game or the second half in average field position. And oh no, this marker is almost done. All right, well, we're going to break out the orange marker for Cleveland on offense. And then I guess we can break out the green marker when Philadelphia is out on offense. All right, so here we go. Cleveland with the ball, with the lead. Start the second half. Prolific offense. No. Punishing defense. Well, hey, there we go. Yes, they are. So they're going to get to the quarterback and a brutal sack on third down. And Cleveland will be forced to punt from the shadow of their own end zone. So the punt unit on. And Philadelphia will take over in great field position for their first drive of the second half. Let's see. I guess you can kind of see the green. Sorry, guys, my black marker ran out. All right, so here's Philly. Let's see what they can do. Passive defense, no. Clumsy offense. They are not clumsy. All right, so it's going to be a punt. And a long drive. So punt unit on and a 41. So Cleveland will take back over in average field position. 2-4-5 is the roll. Dynamic offense or soft defense. No and no, not a porous offense. So they're going to have to punt again. This will take 3 ticks off the clock. We're already under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. And Philadelphia will get the ball back in average field position. 3 ticks left on the clock here in the third quarter. A 10-0 game. It's been pretty much all Cleveland, but the score could certainly be a lot worse than it is. Let's see. Undisciplined defense. No, not a mild defense either. So it's going to be a punt. And Philadelphia just cannot get anything going. Cleveland will take back over with 1:15 on the clock in the third quarter in average field position. And this drive will take us into the fourth quarter. They are not in great field position. Let's see, they're not erratic. And the defense is undisciplined, but not disciplined. So it'll be a field goal attempt. And this will take us at least 3 ticks into the fourth quarter. As, let's see, both teams were shut out in the third. So the field goal unit out on here. That'll be good. Oh, no, roll to see if it's an extended drive. It's not. All right, so the field goal is up. It's good. And now Cleveland on top, 13-0. A shutout maybe in the works. Philadelphia trying to do something, anything here to get back into this game. And that is a long drive. Let's see if they get any points from it. Not a clumsy offense. Not a staunch defense. They are going to get a touchdown. Uh-oh. So a touchdown pass. But it takes 4 ticks off the clock. Maybe more. We'll roll the red die with the extra point. It will not. The extra point is good. So Cleveland, seeing their lead evaporate and their shutout is gone. But there's only 6:15 left on the clock. All right, so Cleveland will start this drive in average field position. Let's see what they do. 1-4-6, staunch defense, no. Oh, boy, how about that? Ball carrier stiff arms a linebacker and then sprints to the end zone, touchdown run, and that is probably going to do it. So this drive, it will take us past the 5-minute mark. So they're going to use their efficient quality to take off an extra tick of time. leaving the inefficient Eagles with only 2 ticks on the clock. So this game's probably over. Oh, well, hey, they missed the extra point. So it'll be 7-19 with just 2 ticks on the clock. Here is the kickoff. Philadelphia will start in average field position, and because they are inefficient, they need to roll a 1 on the red die, or the game is over. Well, okay, they got their 1. 1-1-6. They're not a prolific offense. It's not an inept defense. So a punt. And with the time expired, that's not going to leave them time to do anything. So that is it. So Philadelphia gets a late touchdown to break up the shutout, but just not enough. And Cleveland comes out with a win, and Cleveland remains the king of the hill for another week. So we will see them in action next week. We'll head back up top here. So Cleveland will be taking on. Let's see. I just put down in my high-tech notebook here. They're gonna be taking on Jacksonville next week, and New England will be back home taking on Arizona. All right, so we'll update our standings as Cleveland now really in charge of the AFC North. As they win, New England moves their record back to 500 with a win over Houston, who falls to 3-7. Cleveland defeats the Eagles; they fall to 3-7. So there we go. We are on to week 12 already here in our project. Thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Big thanks to Brian Leibel and Grant Pachoco for the super chat. That was fantastic. Thanks, guys. Hope you guys have a great weekend and enjoy week 1 of the football season. And we'll see you guys Monday night. Until then, get out there, have fun, play games, and I will see you after further review. Have a good one, everybody.